Hey everyone, welcome back to FX Studio 2, your source for industry news, commentary, and insightful discussions. If you're mixing in a hybrid digital or analog workflow and thinking about stepping up your summing game, today we're diving into three high-end analog summing mixers: the API-AS M164, the Rupert Neve 5059, the Rupert Neve 5060, and the Dangerous Music 2 Bus Plus. We'll walk through what each one brings to the table, how they differ in feature set and sonic character, and ultimately help you decide which one might suit your studio and budget best. Before we dig into each box, let's briefly cover what analog summing is and why many engineers still invest in it. In a typical DAW setup, you route tracks digitally, mix inside the box, then output to stereo. But analog summing takes multiple line-level outputs from your audio interface or converter, often 16, 24, or more, and feeds them into a dedicated analog summing device. From there, a stereo analog bus is created. And you can then process or monitor this before returning to digital or going to final format. The advantages claimed by manufacturers and many engineers include improved imaging, greater three-dimensionality, better separation of lows, mids, and highs, more headroom, an enriched main bus feel, and integration of analog gear. Let's go to the studio, where introducing each unit will be your host, Bill Bickman.
Hey everyone, Bill Bickman here at FX Studio 2. Let's jump in and begin with the API-AS M164. The API-AS M164 is a 16-channel analog line mixer and summing unit derived from the summing section of API's, the box console. It offers simple, clean summing with API's characteristic sonic signature, known for its tight punch, clear stereo image, and defined low end. Next, the Rupert Neve Designs 5059 satellite is a 16 by 2 plus 2-channel rack mount summing mixer. It features individual level and pan controls, inserts, a second stereo bus, and texture and silp controls for harmonic saturation via custom transformers. The 5059 satellite provides more tonal coloring and flexibility compared to very transparent boxes built around Class A topologies. The Rupert Neve Designs 5060 centerpiece is a 24 by 2 desktop mixer, serving as an analog summing and monitor control hub. It integrates summing, monitoring, talkback, and DAW transport functions, featuring a Class A analog mix bus and custom transformers. Now, the Dangerous Music 2 Bus Plus delivers unsurpassed imaging, dimensionality, punch, and headroom. It offers 16 channels of active analog summing with D-sub and XLR inputs, plus 3 onboard color circuits: harmonics, par limit, and X-former. These circuits allow for dialing and saturation, limiting, and transformer character, making it flexible for various musical styles. For use cases, if you want to sum stems with an API flavor, the SM164 is a strong choice. If you desire the Neve sonic signature with classic warmth and transformer saturation, the 5059 satellite is ideal. For a high-end hybrid studio needing a centralized analog hub with monitoring and talkback, the 5060 centerpiece excels. API sound is often described as adding punch, clarity, stereo width, and tight low end, with subtle changes to the overall imaging. The Neve 5000 and 59's transformer-coupled Class A design and silk texture allow for a range from transparent to heavily colored, adding harmonic thickness. The 5060 centerpiece provides an entire workflow environment, integrating mixed control surfaces, monitoring, and talkback with Neve transformer saturation. Dangerous Music is known for its neutral yet musical tone, massive headroom, and stable, detailed imaging with subtle color effects from its circuits. When comparing, send the same stems through each unit and listen for stereo image, low-end punch, harmonic distortion, and how center images sit in the mix. Consider your workflow. If you need quick recall and clean summing, less saturation is good. If you chase character, Neve options offer more tone. The API-AS M164 offers great build quality and API's clear, punchy sound signature, ideal for pure summing without complex features. However, it has less tonal color flexibility and monitor integration compared to Neve options. The Neve 5059 satellite provides classic Neve console sound, insert points, dual stereo buses, and silk texture coloring in a rack mount design. Its cons include higher cost and more setup decisions, potentially requiring careful gain staging. The Neve 5060 centerpiece is a very high-end, complete studio hub with monitor control, talkback, and transport control, offering premium sound and tonal flexibility. Its drawbacks are higher cost, significant desk space, and increased complexity. For a neutral summing bus with optional analog color for about 16 channels, choose the Dangerous 2 Bus Plus. On a moderate budget, the AS-M164 offers excellent summing. For classic analog tone and routing, the 5059 is a sweet spot. If running a full hybrid studio, the 5060 is the big studio choice for handling many functions. Ensure proper gain staging, save headroom, and match input levels for fair comparisons between units. Calibrate your monitoring chain after inserting a summing box and use color controls carefully, as subtle is often better. Consider your routing needs, matching the summing box to your workflow and document settings for recall. Placement, cable quality, balanced connections, and low noise power supplies all help maintain signal integrity. Finally, check serviceability, support, and long-term cost for high-end gear. One last item to cover here, the API Box 2. If you have the budget for it, it's worthy of your consideration. The Box 2 is designed to get that signature API analog sound in a footprint that fits modern project studios. It features 8 full input channels, 8 500 series slots, and analog summing of up to 24 channels. It also includes an onboard stereo bus compressor and a full monitoring section for a complete tracking and mixing solution. The Box 2 uses the same core circuitry as API's large consoles, providing that genuine big console sound. The updated Box 2 added 4 more input channels, improved functional design, and greater flexibility. You might choose the Box 2 to track bands with analog quality, some digitally recorded tracks for color and punch, or for a hybrid workflow. It's perfect if you want the big console sound in a footprint that fits smaller spaces, making it practical for recording small bands or a full drum kit.
Let's wrap this up. If I were to summarize, if you want solid summing, API flavor, simpler workflow, go with the AS-M164. If you want Neve console sound, more routing flexibility and tonal character, go with the 5059 satellite. If you want the ultimate control surface analog hub with monitoring, talkback, DAW transport, premium build, go with the 5060 centerpiece. If you are thinking of buying a recording console with a ton of bells and whistles but very budget-friendly, go with the API Box 2. Remember, analog summing isn't about magic. It's about giving you a high-fidelity analog bus and letting you integrate your analog gear, routing and monitoring in ways digital alone can't always achieve. Set your expectations, know your workflow, and choose the box that matches your sonic goals. No matter which you pick, analog summing is one of those pieces of studio gear that often brings subtle yet real sonic improvement, better stereo image, more depth, and a sense of glue your digital mixes sometimes lack. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more pro audio gear breakdowns, and let me know in the comments, which summing box are you using or considering, and what sound are you chasing? Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.